influence in the music career right now, when I'm like?
My biggest influence, wow, I look at so many people. I try to listen to the world. The biggest influence to me is the world and the change in the world, you know, the environment, the economics, you know, the direction that people heading in terms of peace and love, the things that we're doing, you know, the oil crisis, the situation, because I come from the land of oil and music. So I like to listen to the world. I mean, one of the biggest things that touched me this year was the passing of one of my inspirators, which is Michael Jackson.
Right.
And I mean, he touched so many different people in their careers. When we started off, it was all about wearing the shiny clothes when Machel started off back in those days, coming up in Boston for David Martin. It was all kind of glowing clothes and glowing socks, and it was because of Michael Jackson. And my whole concept of thinking that soca should be outside in a park with 150,000 people is from seeing Michael Jackson do those ridiculous concerts. So it was like most of the artists I know out today have been, you know, inspired by him. Right. But for me, I was always introduced to pop music and a lot of Bob Marley, and I don't know if you know Eddie Lovett. Sail on, honey, good times never felt so good, because this is what my mother and father used to listen in the house. Right. But one time I remember seeing three artists that really touched me, you know. Super Blue was the first one. I saw him on the Spectacular Forum stage, kicking the mic around in his hand and switching his foot and dancing, and I was like, whoa, it looked like a kind of Michael Jackson thing. So I kind of was attracted to soca music at that point, and being able to do those things like him, that he was doing it locally. Sparrow, I ended up seeing Sparrow again on that same Spectacular stage, and he was so professional, he was funny. It immediately drew reference to Frank Sinatra. Right. And you know, I kind of see the kind of debonair and the kind of classy way you could entertain people, be funny, but at the same time be legitimate and be a stand-up gentleman. Right, and I like that. And then Kitchener was something that I'd never forget, seeing him sing Cockroach in the petticoat and having on this suit and tie, but dancing in a funny way, making jokes. You know, I always like fun, and these were three of the most memorable performances for soca music. People like Crazy, seeing him swinging down a vine on the big yard stage. These are the kind of things I like, and I think those were, you know, my initial influences. All through life, though, Bob Marley I have to rate as one of the highest because of his journey, his story, his music. And this is what I would like to take time out now to do for soca music. You know, really put it on the map, really work the sound, change the sound from where reggae come from. It was you know, ska. It went into mento. And it was even influenced by calypso. So I want to try and do my part to do the same.
Definitely. You understand? Machel, Mantano, you understand?
I don't know what to say.
You understand?
Yo, we burning on Club Lido tonight, you know. Machel said me there. Jimmy, God bless me on the ones and twos. We got our bag of tune. And let them know something tonight. As you request it, so you will get it. And so don't come and try to test it. I could go back to Too Young to Soca.
Watch my,
I could go back to the letter.
Alright. So Dan, watch me. I know this Too Young to Soca thing. When you was young, watch me. You see yourself as right now as being the king of soca right now.
Never. And still I don't think myself as the king of soca. You know, I see myself as somebody doing a lot for the music and being one of the longest standing running artists. When I started off, I was a calypsonian.
Right.
You know, and Too Young to Soca was really my first soca song. But I was big before that in 1984 with The Letter, which was written by my first music teacher, and was calypso. And people used to say, oh, this little boy could get on like a big man, so singing calypso.
Right.